I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna do this. That's like someone changing their niche and going all in on a new fucking niche with massive action and lots of self-belief every year. And then 7 years go by and then you wonder why people don't fucking trust you as the authority in your space. Bitch, you've changed your fucking niche 7 times. It is such a knowing that you don't need the physical proof before you take the action. You don't need the XYZ for you to feel the thing. You already feel successful. You already feel the knowing. And from that level of certainty, you take action. When all these 3 key elements are working in any area of your life, you will manifest 10x more results faster, more success than the average human. Welcome to the Alex Tripod Show, the space where we blend 5D frequency with real world flex. After coaching thousands globally and becoming one of the most trusted and triggering voices in manifestation, I realized you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you're willing to fucking become. So if you're a high achieving entrepreneur who knows that we're born for more wealth, more influence, more unapologetic power, then strap in. This podcast is your permission slip to collapse timelines, rewrite the rules, and embody the version of you that gets everything they came for. Because let's be real, nothing is real, everything's a hologram, and you're about to bend it all in your favor. Let's fucking go. Welcome, you absolute rock star. If you are listening to this episode, it means that you are ready to 10x your success. And that's exactly what we're doing on today's episode on the Alex Tripod Show. So we're literally going to look into the 3 key elements that will 10x your results, 10x your success. I literally learned this, I'm going to say probably 3 months into my journey. And it changed the game for me because it allowed me to really see where I was bullshitting myself, where I thought I was taking action, or I thought I had self-belief, or I thought I was making progress. And you're going to be able to look at these elements and be like, holy shit, that's my missing gap. So I'm going to explain to you what these 3 key elements are, because literally, if you have all of these key elements at around a 9 or a 10 out of 10, you are flying, you are quantum shifting, your income is accelerating. And this is not just for business. You can use these 3 key elements and you can transform any area of your life. So like health, love life, business, money, any area of your life, okay? I'm very excited. So here are the 3 key elements. The first one is focus. Okay, the second one is, I'm gonna remember, it's like, this training I did like 7 years ago, action. And the third one is certainty. Okay, FAC, focus, action, certainty. Now, the reason that they overlap is when all of these 3 meet in the middle, I should have made that middle bit bigger, but this key bit here, this is where your superhuman status is activated. It's like, when all these 3 key elements are working in any area of your life, you will manifest 10x more results faster, more success than the average human. Okay, and that's what we want. So when we look at focus, think of, and I'm just going to really explain them quite briefly because for me it's really obvious, but I need to give you some clarity. And then we're going to look at what it looks like without these, okay? So most people think that they're focused, right? Or they know where they're going. And you may have like done a bit of work around, okay, I'm going to paint my ideal day and what it looks like in the day of my life of my dream life, or you may have like a lot of focus on your goal. But I'm talking like horse blinkers focused. I'm like talking like there is nothing that is distracting you from your mission, from your path. And a lot of the time I feel like, especially in the day and age we live in now, it is so easy to fall into this shiny object syndrome. and oh, that's the strategy, or that's the thing I'm missing, or FOMO, or whatever it is. Like literally will take you like 1 or 2 minutes to go in a scroll hole, and you fall into comparison, or you fall into like what I'm not doing, instead of actually just being focused on your mission and your vision. I want to say something really weird here, and I can't believe I'm even going to reveal this. Someone asked me the other day, like, about how I get ideas for content. And I'm like, I don't look at anyone else's content. Like, the internet exists for me. That's it. Like, I go on, I post, and I don't give a flying fuck what anyone else is doing. And that might sound odd to people. Like, you should be doing your research. You should be looking at what other creators are doing. Like, should I? Should I? Because I know the most viral content I've ever created has literally come from source, has literally come from my own intuition and my own understanding, not looking and copying and pasting and trying to find a trending audio, right? So I'm that focused, and I'm not saying I never go on a scroll hole. I'm fucking human. Of course I do. But what I'm saying is I rarely, and I don't really care what other people are doing. I'm that laser focused, and I've been that laser focused, which is, I'm going to say, quite a masculine trait, like the focused, right? And when you look at like shiny object syndrome, ooh, look at the pretty flower. It's got that like feminine, unresourceful feminine energy. So this is where you get to look at like, oh, I need both elements. It's not just about being in my feminine and being like creative. It's about, do I have the certainty and the discipline and the focus? Most shit that most people avoid because we don't like those words. Discipline, focus, certainty, right? They seem rigid. They seem like rules and regulated. But you actually need that in order to keep the ship focused and steered in the direction you're moving towards, okay? So think of focus like if your brain doesn't have a focal point, literally, if your brain doesn't have a focal point, where's it going? It's going up, down, left, right, backwards, diagonal. You're going all over the place and your progress is going to be a lot slower. So there's focus. What I want you to do now is rate yourself out of 10. If 10 out of 10 focus is horse blinkers, the internet only exists for me to post and get the fuck out. I'm so hell-bent on my fucking mission. I know who the fuck I am. I know what my avatar is. I know what my programs are. I know how to scale to 8-figure. It's all done. Like, that's 10 out of 10. And 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10 is like, oh, I've tried like 10 MLMs and nothing's really worked, but oh, you know, and like, oh, it's a pretty little flower. And you just like keep like, feel like every year you keep working on yourself, but you're not really making any like progress. That's the 1 out of 10. So I want you to rate yourself 1 out of 10 for where you think you are focus-wise in your mission, okay? Then we're going to look at bring the coffee, babes. Well, I need someone to bring me the coffee in the middle of the episode. We don't fucking care. We're bringing the fucking coffee. Don't even cut this out. We're keeping it real here in the studio. Oh, baby coffee. Focus. Blame it on my ADHD. I'm self-medicated. I think it's that one. Thank you, legend. Oh, yummy. Focus. Okay. So let's now go into action. Okay. So when we look at action, oh my God, like action. Point A, point B. If you don't take any action to get to point B, you can be focused as fuck. You can be meditating on your navel all day long. You can be rewiring yourself and upgrading your programming system, but you need to actually take the action and make the moves to move through time, to actually get you to that next space. So when I talk about action, I don't mean just like action, like posting a reel consistently every day. I mean like, when was the last time you took like bold action? And actually a better question is, am I taking bold, consistent, courageous action in my business? Because I assure you, if you are working on yourself, upgrading your programming system, and you're the kind of person that takes bold, consistent, courageous action in their business, you're already making fucking bank, baby, aren't you? Of course you are. So this is going to be a real indication. And what I found with a lot of my clients is this is the biggest key that's missing. But then we're like, oh, I just need to take more action. But actually you're not taking more action because you don't have certainty in yourself. Because if you had certainty in yourself and you had deluded self-belief and you knew who the fuck you were and you had that inner knowing and you felt safe in your nervous system and you wired yourself to have that unfuckwithable knowing, you'd already be taking the action, right? So they're all freaking interlaced. So action, how much action am I actually taking? Certainty, okay, and again, rate yourself out of 10. If 10 out of 10 is like, I'm bold, consistent, courageous, I'm taking action like Alex. I did a world tour. I'm doing this. I'll do a pop-up event and fill out a 250 person event. I'll have an idea, like yesterday, I was like, I should pop, and this isn't even courageous. And I sound like a wanker right now, but this is the level that I'm at right now, that it doesn't even feel courageous. I'm like, I should probably do a pop-up masterclass on the science behind manifestation, because a lot of people don't know the science behind manifestation. So got my channel, the landing page, in 20 minutes with the help of ChatGPT. Is it that? GPT? I don't even know how to fucking say it. And then got my VA to whip it up and launched it by 12 p.m. Most people would have an idea of a masterclass, sit with it for days, maybe weeks, maybe create it, maybe like fucking 3-6 weeks go by. Mind you, I'm collapsing time because I'm living in fucking 5D and I've produced it in 3 weeks. And therefore I'm getting 1,000 people registered, and therefore 250 people show up live, and therefore 40 people booking for a call with my team, and therefore 20 people coming to 5DU, and then I've just made an extra $200,000 in my business from a fucking courageous action decision to make that I'm just so passionate about this. I'm just like, so wish there was more people that created like this, because fuck, when you get to this level, it's just like so delicious. It doesn't even feel like work, okay? So that's action. Certainty though. Certainty, and again, rate yourself out of 10. Am I a 10 out of 10? Taking action consistently in my business, not just posting on my stories, not just posting a reel every day, not just being consistent, but when was the last time I took shit my pants action? When was the last time I took that kind of action that had me on the edge of my comfort zone? When was the last time I truly stepped into the frequency of courage that I felt a little bit vomity, I felt a bit anxious, and understanding that it's like an elastic band, like I hadn't stepped on stage until London last year in September in front of 300 people. So of course, backstage, about to step on stage in front of 250 people 2 weeks ago, I felt fucking nerves again. I was like, why do I fucking do this to myself? But I know that my focus is TFX and these other events that I'm running. They're going to grow to 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, call me crazy, 5,000 people arenas. I know that it's in my destiny. So I take the action that I need to take in the now to fucking make it happen. God's not just going to be like, here's fucking 5,000 people, babe. God flows through me. Source energy flows through me. But I'm the human that has to actually fucking do it and execute it, right? So this is really talking about like execution codes, your ability to receive the idea and execute it, and not leaving the space between, which is what we call the dream killer zone, fuck you up and have you self-sabotage. Certainty. Certainty stands for self-belief. Certainty is that unwavering knowing, I'm going to call it delusional, but not delusional, like delusional because you believe it before it's visible. It is such a knowing that you don't need the physical proof before you take the action. You don't need the XYZ for you to feel the thing. You already feel successful. You already feel the knowing. And from that level of certainty, you take action, which guess what? When you take action from that level of belief, that level of inner certainty, that level of regulated nervous system and knowing who the fuck you are and presence within yourself and your mission, that action is fucking magnetic, because it's not coming from a needy place. It's not coming from buy my thing, is it gonna work, right? And so certainty, think of it like just like self-belief. So if you want to rate yourself out of a 10, 10 out of 10 is, I'd say a 10 out of 10. Again, I'm going to stop saying I sound like a wanker. I don't sound like a wanker. 10 out of 10 belief is me. I don't know many people that have self-belief like me. And it's not that I was born like this. I've cultivated this courage. I've cultivated this level of inner knowing. I've cultivated by upgrading my programming system, by really just leaning into the mission. So certainty is like holding the vision in your heart and in your mind's eye so clearly that you can see it, and there is zero doubt between who you are now and who you know you're becoming, that you get to enjoy the journey. You're like, okay, I know I'm going to have an island by the time I'm 50. Okay, I know TFX is going to grow to 5,000 people, but I'm not going to hold my breath and not feel enough until I have 5,000 people in the arena. I'm going to enjoy the journey because there is zero doubt between me and my destiny. It's a knowing of your destiny. That level of self-belief, that's a 10 out of 10. A 1 out of 10 would be like, oh, like, yeah, you're pretty much swimming in self-doubt every fucking day, and you're constantly self-sabotaging because you have an idea and you don't have the courage to actually execute it. So then that continues to perpetuate the self-doubt. And then business feels hard, everything feels hard, and it just ripples into every area of your life. So this is where it gets really fucking cool, guys. So when you've got focus plus action, right? But, okay, let's start with this. This is easier. When you go, I've got all the focus in the world. I know where I'm going. I've got horse blinker mode. I'm focused. My brain has a direction point. I've got my goals set in stone. I've written them down, Alex. I've got my intentions. And I am certain. I believe. I know I'm doing your bulletproof reprogramming system. I know everything. I know where I'm going, but I'm not taking any action. Guess what? You're going to have zero progress. Zero. None, nada, zilch, zero, forever. So focus plus certainty with no action, zero progress, okay? Then you're going to have focus plus action. I know where I'm going. I fucking know where I'm going. I can see the point. I know my goals. I'm taking relentless, massive hustle fucking action, but I struggle with self-belief. Like, I've had flop launches. It plays on my mind. I don't really know if I'm ever going to be a millionaire. I fucking drown in self-doubt sometimes. Oh, this journey's fucking hard. Like, I don't do much on my self-concept or my self-belief. What's going to happen here is you're going to have slow progress. Slow progress. Still good, still progress, but slower progress than what you actually want, which is why for most people, like, you've got goals and you're taking action, but you don't have that delusional self-belief and certainty, which means you're progressing in your business and your income goals like much slower, like a fucking sloth mode comparatively to what you believe is possible for you. Okay. Then you got last but not least, so this is going to blow some people's minds. Quick pause, legend. If this episode is landing, then it's time you got inside 5DU. This is my entire life's work in one hub. It's 5D identity work meets business strategy that actually creates results. If you're ready to finally live in overflow, 5DU is your next step. So click the link in the show notes and get inside. Now back to the episode. You've got all the fucking self-belief in the world. I believe. I'm taking all the fucking action. But I have no focus. I showed him a different color, by the way. We're going to make this red. So I've got no, we're not, because red doesn't work. Okay, fuck red. We're going to make this white. So we've got, I'm just keeping you hanging. What's she going to say? What's she going to say? What's wrong with this one? I believe. I'm taking all the action. My brain doesn't have a focal point. You're going to have backwards progress. Backwards progress, guys. When you're not fucking clear on the end point, if you are not clear on your end result, you're going to be going up, down, left, right. You're going to be making big fucking moves and with a lot of certainty. But it's like going to be like, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. That's like someone changing their niche and going all in on a new fucking niche with massive action and lots of self-belief every year. And then 7 years go by and then you wonder why people don't fucking trust you as the authority in your space. Bitch, you've changed your fucking niche 7 times. No one fucking trusts you because you don't have the end point. You haven't claimed who the fuck you are and where you'll be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Your brain needs a focal point. And unfortunately, most of us get into personal development and we're like, what? You mean I don't just plod along in life and flail around? You mean I actually need to have a vision for what I need to create in my life? Yes, you need to have a vision. And this is what I talked about in the one. Like, we have this interesting illusion of how life works. Most of us are sitting on the bleachers, looking at people playing in the arena, which is what I call the tree of life. And then the courageous, bold ones play in the tree of life. And basically we think we've got this like illusion of this vision that we're going to get to, but the vision continues to upgrade, right? But the vision is what anchors us into actually taking the action, because the vision is what has us feel a massive, like a why beyond just our bank accounts. If your vision is just to have 20K in your bank account, like that's lovely, but what's beyond the bank account? So again, when I say focus, I don't just mean focus on a goal. I mean, focus on the vision of your fucking life. Like, who have you become? What are you doing? How are you serving humanity? More than just an income goal. It's beyond that, like the focus of the bigger picture, right? Because I have a focal point in my brain, I'm like on New Earth Island. I'm living completely off grid. I'm running these huge events. I'm probably doing $10 million months. Like, that's who I am at 50. I've got that vision. Like, I just know. And so, like, because I have that vision, I'm so laser focused that everything that's not in alignment, it's an easy no. I can easily say no to anything because I know it's just a tangent. It's going to take me away from my focus, from my progress. So again, now you know, rating yourself out of 10. Now you know potentially why. Well, fuck, I want to get to a point here where I get to 10x my results, and I know if I need to 10x my results, I've got to be at least an 8 here out of 10. I've got to be at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10 here. And I've got to be at least an 8 or 9 out of 10 here. Like, ideally, you want to be an 8 plus in these 3 key elements in order to be having some wild, crazy, accelerated success here. What would be really cool for you to do is a little equation, and I'm just going to try and remember how I did this. So what you want to do is you want to rate yourself out of 10 over each 3. So let's say I'm going to go Alex prior to when she woke up and Alex now. Alex prior to when she woke up, 9 to 5, scoop on Alex. My focus, I mean, I was focused on snorting lines of cocaine on the weekend. Let's go 1 out of 10 was my focus. I had no vision for my life, okay? My action, what action towards what dreams? What courageous, consistent action? I was rocking up half drunk on Mondays, doing my bare minimum so I could clock out at 5 p.m. So fucking 1 out of 10 for action. Certainty. Did I have any belief in myself? I mean, I kind of did, but not really. Let's give myself a, let's be kind. Let's give me a 2 out of 10 for that. So then I'm going to go 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. So 4 out of 30, okay, because there's 30 points, 10, 10, 10. So you're taking your total amount out of your score so 4 out of 30, right? We're working out the percentage of how big you're playing out in life. 40 divided by 30. So Alex, before she woke up, was playing at 13.333% at life. Sounds about right, which is why she needed to fucking escape herself, drink herself silly every fucking weekend, right? So that was me. No wonder I wasn't happy in life. No wonder I wasn't fulfilled. Now let's rate where I am realistically right now with where I'm playing. TFX is coming up. That's going to be a big stretch for me. I'm just going to be really honest where I am right now. Okay. And this is every area of my life, right? I'm just talking business, but even action towards my personal life and breaking up with my ex-partner 8 weeks ago and the courage that took. So I'm talking about every area of your life, okay? So if I was to do an average though, how focused am I on my vision? I'd say a 9 out of 10. I don't know why I'm not giving myself a 10, probably because I'm a high achiever. Let's go a 9 out of 10. I've got ADHD as well. So I'm a little scatterbrain sometimes. So I probably have a little bit more focus. Let's go 9 out of 10. Action. I mean, look, I could be taking more action if I'm being honest. I'd say I'm going to give myself an 8 8.5 out of 10. Like, yeah. Like if I really was to take massive, bold action, I'd probably up my Facebook ad expenditure to like 50K per month. But at the moment I'm being a pussy and it's about 20K per month. But I could take more action. And that's just me being really, really honest with you. And certainty, my self-belief, I'd say, I mean, even though I'm not taking the action, I'd still say my certainty is about a 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. So now I need the calculator again. We're going to go 9 plus 8.5 plus 9, please. So that's 26.5 divided by 30 times 100. Okay, Alex is now playing at 88. Alex is now playing 88.333% in life. Makes sense why I accelerate so fast, because my 3 key elements of focus, action, and certainty are locked into place. They're all an 8 out of 10 or higher at all fucking times. Sometimes they're a fucking 10 out of 10 and I'm quantum shifting. And if I wasn't so hard on myself, I probably am playing at around 95% in life, but I'm just hard on myself when I'm a high achiever. So I want you to work out your percentage and you're going to see, oh fuck, I'm playing at 50%. Oh fuck, I'm playing at 65% and I'm expecting to shift into 100K months. Oh my God, I'm playing at fucking 32%, right? And if you need support, reach out, boo, because this is my fucking jam. Like literally everything I teach in 5DU is based around amplifying these 3 key elements to a 10 out of 10. Where are you not fucking taking action? Why are you not taking action? How do we skyrocket your self-belief, the bulletproof reprogramming system, and create safety in your nervous system and like rewire your fucking old brain to detonate the old identity and create the new version of you who believes they can take the fucking action? Focus. What is your dream? Are you living in the end result? Using processes like living in the end and self-concept and Neville Goddard and practices where you are literally recoding yourself and vibrationally can already feel the felt experience before it comes into reality. You got to make that vision so fucking real that you can almost fucking taste it. That's what's going to make you hungry to take the action. So take your percentage. I love you. This is going to be an incredible insight for you. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Alex Tripod Show. Big love. Thanks for tuning into the Alex Tripod Show. If this episode activated something inside of you, leave a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify and hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss a frequency drop, because this isn't just a podcast, it's a mission to raise the vibration of humanity, to awaken millions, to build new earth, one lit up legend at a time. And if you're ready to go deeper, wilder, and all in on your soul's legacy, come play on Instagram at Alex Tripod. I'm there daily dropping codes, calling out bullshit, and helping you manifest the life you actually want. Let's keep playing big because we're only just getting started.